Hi guys, how's it going? Ross here, and we have a new video for today, a bit different from the usual Call of Duty Infinite Warfare, me yabbering on about whatever. But we have a review of my Turtle Beach headset. I plan on doing more reviews about some of the other equipment I use to make content and make gameplay. If you want to check out what I use, just down in the description, there's fairly detailed information. But before I get into the pros and cons of this headset, I want to explain that I had the PS4 Turtle Beach headset for a long time, and that is a fantastic headset. Anyone who's wanting a surround sound headset on the cheap, you can get them second hand on eBay for about £40–50. That's a fantastic deal, and I'd recommend that to anyone on a budget. But before getting this headset, I bought this, the TAC audio adjuster that you can buy separately, as well as the Astro A40s and its Mixamp, and was able to make a comparison and decide what I liked the best. So I'll explain why I picked what I did and explain the headset choice and also the audio controller choice as well. So let's get into this. First off, this is a fantastic headset. Build quality is fantastic, feels really sturdy, quite heavy, which I like. It's not a problem on my head, but I just like it feeling it feels like it's well made. And that's something that the Astros felt a bit lighter and a bit more flimsy to me. Still a great headset, but like, for me, I quite like the weight of this. A lot of adjustability in terms of here, but also in terms of this tension bar at the top, I think we'll call it. That controls how much it pinches in your head, so you can always find a comfortable setting. The mic that comes with it, I wouldn't say it's fantastic, but it's very clear, certainly better than the PX4s, and certainly no complaints with anyone I play gaming with. I did also purchase the tournament mic originally. That is a noise cancelling microphone, but I had an issue with it. See, when I game, I actually like to have my microphone sitting almost under my chin here. That's because if I have it here, for whatever reason, I breathe heavy and people can hear me like snorting basically down the microphone. So the problem with the noise cancelling is that you have to have it right in front of your mouth, or else it just doesn't pick up sound properly. So because of that, I decided it wasn't really worth it. But I guess if you're in a noisy environment, you maybe kids or whatever, TVs on the background, etc., that could be a really useful purchase. But again, I think it was something like £25–30 more expensive. So to me, definitely not worth it. Now, one of the big features of this headset that won me over compared to the Astros is the fact that it's a closed ear design. And what that means is that the sound from the outside doesn't really get in. They're noise isolating. They're not cancelling, but when you put them on, it's very hard to hear anything that's going on around about you. Especially if you're playing games, you wouldn't really hear anything. With the Astros, it was an open back design, so I could have a conversation with someone while playing. That wasn't going to work for me. Like, I wanted the sound. When I'm playing, I want to feel like I'm just there and playing the game. So that was one of the main reasons why I didn't like the Astros. Now, you can buy additional, I think, noise isolating cups that clip on the back of it, but it was more money and I wasn't sure if it was going to work. And this headset just was like pretty much perfect. The one downside of this headset though is the sound level. When you just have the headset plugged into your controller, we have the mute switch there and the scroll wheel on this side, scroll wheel on there to control the sound. And to be honest, the max level of it is not that high. I certainly found that I could have had it higher. Now that's not to say that that would be necessarily safe for your hearing, but when I'm playing something like Battlefield, I like to get the volume up, I like to hear and you really get into the game. So that certainly would be one of the negatives, but to be honest with you, I think most headsets, when they're plugged in to the controller like that, will have lower sound volume, which then leads us into the Mixamp or audio controller that you would use with the headset. Turtle Beach has the TAC controller, and I had that and I liked it and used it. But there were a few things with it. One, I think it was overcomplicated. There were too many things and too many options. For example, I think there was like 8 presets of one thing, and then there was like surround sound, so there was just so much and I didn't really understand what it was. I just wanted it to be fairly simple, and it wasn't. You can certainly adjust lots of the presets on the PC software that you have, but again, it's out with what I really needed, and so decided, well, it didn't put me off straight away, but it certainly made it a little bit more complicated. The build quality was fantastic. There was, you could hit down to mute on the controller. It was really built well, good quality. But there's one thing about it that really frustrated me, and that was that it was really the stream port. I used the stream port, a connection from the stream port to my Elgato to record my sound. And with the tack, everything that was going through the tack would end up going out the stream port. And that included this microphone. And I don't use this microphone to record my vocals for gameplay. I use the microphone on my video camera. And so I needed that to basically be able to cancel that out. That's where the Astro TR Mixamp comes in, because you can use the software to control exactly what comes out. If you don't want party chat coming out, you don't have to. If you don't want your voice going out, you don't have to. If you don't want any of the audio that you might be putting in separately from like music or whatever, you don't have to. It's all controllable. You have that option. And also the Astros only had, I think it's 4 presets on the sound, and then on and off with surround sound. Very simple. I just put it on, I think it's tournament mode, or it might be footsteps, and that's what I use for playing COD, and I think it's fantastic. Sound honing with this headset and that mix amp, very easy. Like, you can hear people, especially in Black Ops 3, but even in IW, it's fairly clear to hear people. So it was that flexibility with the mix amp and I suppose the ability to be able to control what was going out that really led me to purchase the mix amp. So there you have it. My kind of decision was Turtle Beach Elite Pro headset with the Astro TR Mixamp combined together. There's no compatibility issues. You just plug this straight into the Mixamp. You get loud sound, you have lots of options, and very straightforward to use. As I said, the software gives you adjustability as well to control the sound if you're into that sort of thing. But obviously you have to buy them separately, and this is one of the downsides of both things. The Mixamp, £99. The Turtle Beach Elite Pro headset, I think it's £179. You may be able to get a little bit less now, but not much. It's a lot of money to spend on your audio. Personally, I enjoy my gaming. I enjoy the sound. I like having sometimes the best stuff. It's not necessarily a good thing, but that's what I do. And I certainly have no issue with this myself. I do know though that there are a lot of fantastic headsets out there now that you can pick up for around £100. They may not have the additional options of mix amps and things like that, and you will need those extra things if you want to get the proper surround sound through optical out. Although with the release of the PlayStation Slim, that doesn't have an optical out port. So if you have a Slim, that is not an option to you. You have to just go with these options or a USB into the front of your console. But yeah, I would say that if you're willing to spend the money and you're looking for a top line headset, I would recommend the Elite Pros over the Astro A40s. But certainly if you're looking at buying a tactical audio or the Mixamp, look very carefully at what your requirements are. The Mixamp is fantastic. It is a lot simpler than the Turtle Beach version, but I didn't need any more, and it gave me more flexibility. So there you have it. That's my decision, and that's my review of the Turtle Beach Elite Pro. And I will get some more videos up for you soon. If you could subscribe to the channel and give it a like, I'd really appreciate it. I'm trying to grow the channel. It's a bit of a hobby of mine. I'd be keen to try and get some more subscribers and do some more videos. And if you would like to have any questions about headset or anything else, drop a comment. I will definitely get back to them. And other than that, I will see you in the next video. Catch you later on. Cheers.